which one. Okay. We are here back in conference committee between the two institutions committees, and we have discussed the spreadsheet with the numbers, and now we are going to discuss the language. And we have, you're not your ledge council, you're not JFO, you're with us to help us.
Yep. So John Gray, obviously, blessed the council. I think the specific, obviously, we could go through the whole bill, but trying to be sensitive to time. Section 19 is, I think, where there is interest in looking in particular in the walleye related intent language. That is on page 27, and that's what you're seeing. Zoom in a little bit. Is the intent of the General Assembly that the Department of Fish and Wildlife initiate and submit any future requests for capital funding to support the purpose walleye propagation and any associated infrastructure needs within the annual capital budget request. So this would subject any capital funding for that walleye propagation or associated infrastructure would require Fish and Wildlife to provide that in their annual capital budget request.
Right, so this is a statement of intent, and the actual change would happen in the future.
And it is entirely intent language. Yep.
Right. So, Sir Engel.
Yeah, I mean, I told you where my position was. If language is gone, I'll support the bill. If not, I'm not support the bill.
Okay. And I would like us to have a unanimous vote on this bill if we can. There's a lot of moving parts. We've done a lot of good work. The walleye this program has really improved over the years, and it is respected, and I very much appreciate not just that work, but all the work that Senator Madsen did, and I'm very glad that I was able to overlap, even if it was only one session. So I'm comfortable with this, with Senator Engel's proposal. Is it something that the House?
So do you agree? I mean, with all the other moving pieces have all been agreed to. Right.
I'd like to look at the other language for the other part first,
But the dollar part.
Yeah.
The spreadsheet, I believe we have.
We have, okay.
Yes.
Just wanted to be clear.
Yes.
So this is for us to sign. Okay.
Are you hoping to look through section 19, the CAF pieces? Is that what you're looking to?
Just the language on the municipal.
Oh, yes, yes, the 3 pieces.
Yeah, that's
Yep,
really
for
important.
sure. Okay.
So, well, so are we, the walleye is,
I'll talk to my colleagues first. I want to see where we are with the
Bottom of page 25 is where you want to look. And I do have it up on screen, but flipping the pages, bottom of page 25. Okay. To the Agency of Commerce and Community Development for infrastructure improvements that are either municipally leased for a term of at least 30 years or municipally owned, and that support the development of new or rehabilitated housing, provided that a grant agreement shall be in place between the state and the municipality prior to the release of funds. If you wanted to change something here, prior to the release of funds to the municipality or prior to the release of funds to ACCD, I think you're just asking generally for yourself. This was what we discussed earlier today.
thank you, and I think this is accurate, at least what I was looking at, and the release of funds would be to the municipality, is my understanding.
Yeah, I think, but should we make that clear?
I don't think it's necessary because you think it's clear, or you think it's necessary.
That's great. Sorry.
Okay, because to the Agency of Community Development, that's where that funding goes. I mean, that's where we transfer to them, and then this would be release of funds to the municipality. I'm fine just so that we don't have to go through another batch of changes.
So the intent, just want to be clear in case there's questions that come up later on during the summer. So the intent here is prior that the release of funds, prior to the release of funds to the municipality, the grant agreement needs to be in place between the state and the municipality. That's our intent, right?
Yes, that's clear, Lily. My intent is my understanding is that the grant agreement will enforce the conditions that we have here and not come up with other conditions that are unreasonable.
Yeah, I just want to be clear,
Yeah,
in case we get a phone call during this session.
Yep.
Because sometimes we think the language is really, really clear in here. And then it goes out and people read it, and there's different interpretations, and then we get a call. So I just wanted that to be clear.
yes.
Right? That's the only two language changes, right, John?
That's the only language change. Obviously, there are numerical changes. And what what's not nice, that's what things are that you get that. Depending on the position you take, I send a draft with whatever.
You have the sign up sheet, you have the sign
Yeah.
up sheet at the back. So, let's the three of us go out, okay?
So-
We'll be back.
Okay,